Hi, this is Chelsea. I'm doing my Affinity Space project on beading. Very interesting hobby, actually. A lot of people usually enter in this hobby through finding pictures on the internet from YouTube, Pinterest, or Etsy. Personally, I've used a lot of YouTube tutorials. Pinterest usually has a picture of whatever content is generated. Then you can normally click and it will link you to wherever that content came from, whatever website. I heard Etsy is really great. I haven't really used it before. But magazines, really great, popular option. There are many beading magazines for all different kinds of beading, for wire, for whatever you want. There's a lot of local beading stores that offer classes, and of course other hobbyists, or else that's a way to get interested in the hobby is through meeting someone who has similar interest. There are some generator portals. Most of them are going to be generators. The bead stores that I mentioned locally, Atlanta Beads is one in particular, this one right here, that I have been to in Flowery Branch. I'm pretty sure they're closed down now. But that one in particular, I know the owner would sell her handmade jewelry, which was, great. She was very creative, and it was interesting to see what she had made. And they did offer classes there. My grandmother actually went to a few of their classes and then turned around and taught some of their classes. So hobbyists generally learn from each other, and they really enjoy doing that. It's really a social hobby. Pinterest is a great way to generate new ideas and generate content. People can see what you've made. The bead shows are really popular. I've been to a couple, and they're just packed full. They charge admission normally, but really fun to go to because they bring beads from all over the world. They're all different kind of vendors. You never know what you're going to see. Beading magazines are, we've got those right here. Bead Design. This is a pretty advanced type tutorial magazine. Beadwork is another great one. My grandmother, I'm pretty sure she orders from them. And then we've got right here the bead stores such as Michael's and Hobby Lobby. They don't really generate anything, they just sell product. And then the online shopping, they pretty much just sell product. I'll show you one of these really quick. Some websites specialize, like this one has a lot of crystal beads, glass beads, metal beads. They've got their materials down here, all kinds of cord, wire, pretty much anything you can think of, tools. And then we've got a bunch of different variations of participation. We've got people who are just simply interested in the hobby, and they would probably make something simple like this. These earrings are probably just a frame of metal, and then the pieces were glued in, and then wire was bent for the earpiece. We've also got like a beaded cabochon over here. I actually made one of these for my mom for her birthday one year. It's similar to this color. This is actually pretty fun. They normally put a piece of felt on the bottom of the stone and glue it to it, and then that is how they hold the beads in place. So this is, if you flipped it over, it would have a piece of felt on the back. And then we've got people totally geeking out, making things like this beaded lizard. It's great. He looks pretty realistic. So those are the various forms of just participating in the hobby. Most people are going to be messing around, like me, intermediately. I mean, I don't know a lot of people who are beating lizards, but I do know that the leadership in this hobby definitely exists. Most people are going to learn from someone else. It's quite a social hobby. Um, Most people are either going to learn from a tutorial or a pattern. The tutorials are either going to be a video or from another person, like at a beading class. A pattern is either going to be online, or you can find it in a print magazine. Most people who teach themselves something or create their own content have learned from someone previously. So most people are not going to just jump into the hobby on their own and just pick this up and run with it. A lot of people like to learn from each other and socialize, and I think that's a big part of this hobby. The content changes like really any fashion related hobby does. Magazines are published twice a month, once a month. They exist because people buy them, so the fans play a really big role. Local stores keep up with whatever whatever their customers are buying. They want to make sure that they're gonna be able to supply for that demand. Pinterest and Etsy, they exist because people are so involved with that application. They constantly post content onto Pinterest or Etsy, so that plays a big role in the popularity. And YouTube is also another great generator because it gives tutorials so people can generate their content, but then people can also comment on the videos. Therefore, this can have a pretty big effect on trending. There is certain knowledge that is required. The intensive and specialized knowledge would probably be the peer-to-peer, from one hobbyist to another and hands-on. Like a visual tutorial video or classes, all of this would be very specialized and specific. The more broader knowledge, the extensive type knowledge, would include probably working from patterns or from magazine tutorials, which can also give patterns, depending on what kind of beading you want to do, what kind of tools you're using, or methods you're using. Tacit knowledge has to be learned through experience, and I will tell you that using beading tools definitely has to be learned through experience. I have cut myself plenty of times trying to just simply make a bracelet. And the physical ability and coordination to complete the pattern will really test your patience also. The pooled knowledge, I would probably say that would be finding new material, or learning how to fix mistakes, where to find material. You have to learn from other people, hey, is there a good local bead store, or is there a bead show coming up? And then current trends, that's definitely going to be knowledge. I wanted to connect this project to the classroom through demonstration projects. I thought that because beading is a hobby where people are so involved and it's really a social hobby. I thought that maybe like the beading classes where it's given a demonstration or a YouTube tutorial, we could recreate this type of project in the classroom through a demonstration. Um, so I would probably have students give a demonstration speech on their chosen topic, and then I will want the classroom to participate in this demonstration project. So whenever the student is up in front of the classroom giving their demonstration, I want the classroom to be able to participate in that demonstration somehow. That will definitely be part of the grade. This kind of hands-on learning is definitely prevalent in the beading hobby. And one person teaching another person or a group of people can be significant for learning because, it establishes peer-to-peer respect, and also it teaches people how to work together and learn from each other, much like an affinity space does. And even a classroom could be an affinity space, I suppose. Rish had a couple of questions for us, and I wanted to make sure I covered them. How do the characteristics of the affinity space help understand how or why people communicate or share knowledge? Like I said, knowledge is usually transferred from one person to another, which establishes a sense of respect and leadership toward each other. And this allows people to earn tacit knowledge in this hobby. Most of the time, people like to work on beading projects together, and that's a good example of how leadership roles are established through distributed knowledge. One-on-one tutorials, videos, classes, all of this are ways that people can learn more about the hobby. There's a lot of options. There is a strong sense of community because people can express themselves through this kind of creativity and follow trends and also learn from each other. So, it's slightly a personal hobby because when you bead, you're generating content from your own mind. And it's been around forever. People were wearing jewelry in the Ice Age. Animal teeth, stones, feathers. So this hobby's been around for a long time. But technology and media has a really big role in this affinity space. It's pretty much the generator of it all. Fashion-related topics are pretty much like that. Online and print media is really how the trends thrive. And because fashion changes seasonally and yearly, that has a great effect also. And rethinking the classroom. Beading has been around forever, and without the prior knowledge of, maybe physical coordination of doing something or the established pattern, then people wouldn't know how to do things in this hobby. And if students are put into groups and learn how to work from each other through group learning, then I really think that, even learning from older kids, I think that could change the classroom. And I think that would be great for us to start using classrooms like that.